Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, for you guys, is another podcast video with my good buddy here, Recon Trooper.
Hey there, folks. Recon Trooper here, and if you're watching my thing, I hope you enjoy the last of my Dead Island gameplay and some Dying Light Slums gameplay.
Fun stuff. Now, I have some stuff I want to reach today, but speaking of Dying Light, Dead Island, all that stuff, Dead Island 2 is vastly approaching us. So, what are your thoughts on it? What kind of version did you pre order? What are you excited about? Just tell me all about it.
Well, I can't really say what I'm thinking of it right now because obviously we haven't played it yet. But from what I've heard, I don't know, the whole thing they did with the open world is kind of confusing to me because
Yeah.
on the one hand I'm kind of picturing it being similar to maybe like Lego Star Wars where like it's not entirely open world, like you can't just run around the entire planet, but you
Uh,
can run around the specific areas. Like in the Yavin 4 you can only go in the rebel base,
right. Oh,
and
yeah. Okay.
I'm
I
kind
see
of
what you're.
I'm kind of thinking it'll be something like that, and I'm kind of hoping it will be because I mean, they still need big enough locations if they're not going to do open world. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, I don't know if you've seen all the gameplay. I'm assuming you have, but there's a lot
not
of
all
it.
of it, no, but
Okay.
I've seen key things like there was the I think there was like a demo or something last month they showed,
Okay.
and just kind of like one of the first missions you do or something.
So from one of the gameplay things that I've seen, I think it was like a Game Informer something or other. And yeah, see, here's the thing. I played Dying Light 1 and 2. I own Dead Island 1. I still haven't gotten to it yet. So I can't speak for Dead Island 1. But for 2, like you were saying, yeah, for people uninitiated, it's still free roam, but it's not one consecutive
Yeah.
open world. They're like you said, Lego Star Wars, stuff like that, like the tinier hubs. I think that could work if it's done well. If it isn't, and it's
Well,
just boring and tiny.
Dead Island 1 is kind of obviously it came out before Dying Light, so
Mhm.
obviously the graphics don't look quite so good as in Dying Light, but it is open world, and like there's a giant resort you can run around in the first one. Granted,
Okay.
the zombies aren't as many as in Dying Light. They're kind of like if in the resort area, you kind of when you're running down a stretch of road, usually you'll find maybe one or two zombies just kind of doing whatever they
Meandering.
do. Yeah,
That's cool.
and but the open worlds are actually pretty good, I find, because
I would
there's
hope.
yeah, like there's a bunch of bungalows as they call them. There's a section that's actually over the water, and it's almost like a wooden bridge that's like expanded all over the place. It's kind of like a small village, but over the
Huh.
water kind of
Well, that
thing.
sounds cool.
It's hard to explain. You have to
No,
see it.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
When
but
I'm playing it and I see it, I'll be like, "Oh, there it is."
yeah, but
So,
it's
well,
pretty
do you?
good. And there's also a hotel that's you can't really explore the entire thing of it, but the the outside is pretty massive, and if you don't, die too easily, it's got a fair amount of enemies in it.
That's cool. Now, when you heard about the non-massive open world and the tinier hubs, what were your thoughts? Do you think that it's a good idea, or you think it's kind of weird?
Well, my initial thought was, really? You know, as open world is becoming the new norm for video games,
Hmm.
and it's kind of weird that it's they're going backwards with this game that started as an open world in the first one and the spin-off Riptide,
Right.
and then now the second one's going into more just kind of smaller areas that are connected, but they're not open world areas like you other you know Like,
Dying Light 2, for example.
but yeah, well, but
See,
you
that's the
know,
thing. It's like,
as long as they're big enough, I guess I can let it slide. As long as they're big enough,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't want a Call of Duty map. I want something more like, you know,
Substantial.
an like a Lego game level size,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
No, I agree. I think see, I don't know. It's weird because you have to also take into account this game was in development hell for God knows how long. You know, I mean, this really no one thought this game was
Yeah.
ever going to come out. So the fact that we're even getting it, I think, is okay. But yeah, maybe they're tinier because of the development thing. I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
coming out. Do you know the exact date? I know it's in April.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Oh shoot. Okay, shoot. I need to pre-order.
Exactly.
I know. It's coming out pretty quick.
Oh, and I already said in the last 2 podcasts I pre-ordered the Hell A edition. So,
That's right. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so now I'm just waiting for the day and the time that the store opens at, obviously, because
Now, where did
I
you
can't just
pre-order?
go there and sit by the window waiting 5 hours for the darn store to open.
Yeah, I don't think they'd like that. Well, where did you
Well, I wouldn't either. I'd be more bored than a
than
whatever. You
than a
know.
board per? Well, you can watch my videos while you're waiting, but or your own videos,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I don't bring my phone with me, so usually,
Oh,
so I don't watch things on my phone.
yeah, that'd be a bit boring then. So where did you pre-order? Like,
It's GameStop.
okay, now what do you get for
Used to be
pre-ordering?
called EB Games in Canada, but then they decided I guess just to make it all one name and not 2 separate names.
That makes
So,
sense. Now, do you
but
the Hell A edition? What do you get in that pack or bundle?
well, you get a weapon bundle. Well, in Dead Island 1, there's the location that you're on is called Banoi, Banoi,
Hmm.
and it's like Dying Light locations that are fictional but based in the real world.
Okay,
And so yeah, that's where you go in Dead Island 1, and there's a pack that has 2 weapons that are sort of referencing that place. It's called the Banaway pack or something.
okay,
And you get a war club and a baseball bat, I think.
that's
And
sick.
then there's a couple other weapon packs you get too. One is, I can't remember which one it is, but you get one for pre-ordering. Then the other 2 or 3, I think. I don't remember. I have to look it up again, but I just know there's a few weapon packs and there's about 2 weapons per pack, and
Okay,
in the then you get a bunch of um, kind of physical things that you don't really can't really do with because you're more care more about the game than those.
right, yeah, exactly. I mean, that'd be
But
cool. Like when I pre-ordered the game Rage 2, which I don't even have it anymore. It was kind of terrible, but I pre-ordered that game and it came with like one of the weapons in Rage 2 is like a boomerang thing, and I pre-ordered and I got a physical boomerang, which was I mean it was made out of felt. You know, I'm not gonna kill anyone with it.
yeah.
They didn't give me an actual weapon, but you know, it was still cool to
Well,
get
you could
something.
kill a fly if it buzzes around you, I
That's
guess.
true. I think I did do that. I threw it, you know, like Captain Boomerang. But no, that's cool. That's really awesome. So
Yeah,
um,
so
I'm looking for. See, I didn't pre-order it yet. Only because I have so many. My backlog is like stupid big, so I got to work on that first. And then I've got college and all that fun stuff. But I'll get to it one day
yeah.
because I really like these zombie games, like Dying Light 1 and 2. Man, they're some of my favorite games like of all time. So I think
Yeah.
having something, and I know Dead Island 1 and 2 don't have like the parkour elements that Dying Light does, but it'll still be
No.
fun to play them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Dead Island 1 has got a bunch of stuff that are actually you heard me talk about some pros and cons about Dying Light compared to Dead Island,
Uh,
the last one, and some of them are pretty handy to have in Dead Island, like the workbenches
that's
where
right.
you can have unlimited repairs.
That is a
and
plus.
all you need is money to repair. You don't need parts or anything.
Yeah, that's a big plus right there.
So And also, you don't have to find upgrades. You just can purchase the upgrades right there at the workbench. So,
Okay.
and it's not specific. It just kind of upgrades the weapon. Period. I don't know. Doesn't just do damage or just do durability. It kind of does everything for upgrade. So,
Makes sense. That's still cool. I'm glad that's in there.
but yeah. So
If they ever
I
make a
know.
Dying Light 3, they gotta add that stuff.
But yeah, the weapons are kind of addicting because there's weapons in there that aren't in Dying Light. Like there's a weapon called a kanabo.
Is that a what kind of
Well,
weapon
it
is a
kind of
kanabo?
well, it's kind of looks like a baseball bat, but it's got like metal, um, kind of half metal balls going all around it, and it's hard to describe. You have to look it up.
Yeah.
But I think
Well,
it's
I'll see it.
a I think it's a Japanese weapon or
Oh,
something.
okay, that's cool. Like,
But
dude, having katanas in those games, it's freaking awesome to have a katana.
yeah, there's also a Morning Star. Although the Morning Star in the original Dead Island is better than the definitive edition because in the definitive edition it's just a stick with a big rock on it.
Also,
Whereas
like a
in the
caveman.
whereas in the original it actually looks like a medieval thing with spikes on it.
I wonder why they like nerfed it or changed it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was
Ask him. That's
easy.
weird. Yeah,
That's all.
right. I guess you're right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm
But
excited for Dead Island 2. That'll be really fun. I can't. Are you gonna record
yeah.
anything for your channel?
Possibly eventually. I mean,
Okay.
you know, I kind of first have to figure the game out itself, and then
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of would
cause
like
I.
to at least beat the story once if it's a replay every time kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that
I'd
makes
have
sense.
to at least beat it once just to see how it goes, and then find figure things out from there.
Yeah, because I want to see gameplay that you do to. I mean, I already know I want to get it, and I will one day. But that'd be cool if you can have, if you could have every Dying Light and Dead Island game on for these podcasts one day.
Yeah.
That'd be the
Well,
dream.
it'll depend on what's in the game because as I said in the last podcast, the only reason I haven't gotten Dying Light 2 is because there's no guns. And,
Right.
like, guns are a thing I like in any zombie game. Like, it's not a zombie game if you don't have guns, unless you want to make a zombie game that's based in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they took him out in Dying Light 2. No, they'll probably cave in and add it in an update.
doesn't mean there's enemies in Dying Light, like the bomber, that you have to use a gun on if you want to at least not take as much damage
Hmm.
from. If you blow them up from a distance, if you might get tad nicked, but you don't die.
Right.
So
See,
yeah,
I don't think but they explain in the Dying Light canon. They're like, oh, we went back to like the kind of like you said, we went back to the Middle Ages type of thing, and there's no guns because it's whatever, just a dumb excuse. So hopefully one day they
yeah,
can add them with DLC or whatnot. But
yeah. But
anyway, so the
so
next topic I have is Call of Duty. So I actually have a little funny story, but what is your favorite COD game, and what was the last one you played?
the last one I played was probably Ghosts. I had recorded recorded a thing on my for my channel because I
Hmm.
got bored and but my favorite is Black Ops 2 as I said in our second podcast I believe.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so I said it's Black Ops 2 just because um like I said in our second podcast I like the bots in that one. They're just I like them when they're dumber and they don't know what to do half the time.
Yeah, they're like brain
And
dead. They're
yeah, when they're on recruit difficulty anyway.
yeah. You put them
Um,
on hard and they're veteran, they're gonna mop the floor with even me.
yeah,
You know.
because well, the bots in Modern Warfare, even on veteran, they mop the floor with me a lot. Even when they're on veteran and they're just hip firing the whole time, they have like almost pinpoint accuracy still from
Yeah,
the distance just
they
by hip
360.
firing at you.
Yeah, they
You know,
360 no scope you.
so. But I also, again, I also have a bunch of gold camos on Black Ops 2 that I got. So
Well, that's right. Yeah, you played that online to get those, correct? Because Black Ops 2, most
yeah,
of the offline Call of Duties, they don't give you the camos, right? You have to get them online.
yeah. I think Black Ops 1 and Ghosts are the only ones I played that you in offline you actually they give them all to you for free.
Okay.
But yeah, Modern Warfare 2019 doesn't, and go Black Ops 2. Well, Black Ops 2 sorta does, but it doesn't give you gold.
Oh,
You
of
can
course.
only use gold offline if you have it unlocked and you're still connected to live even if you're not playing live.
Oh, I see. That's how they get you.
Yeah, so
They always screw you
like
over somehow.
you just have to be connected to the internet. You don't need a gold membership or anything. You just have to
Oh.
be online. But
Now, do you play online, or do you like turn your Wi-Fi off when you do that?
oh, I just I just leave my Wi-Fi on.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I just play on I play on I think it's System Link because
Yes. Okay.
in local play for some reason they reduce the amount of bots you can have by like 3, I think.
And two?
Yeah, in 2 like
Huh.
like if you're playing online or in System Link, you can have about 11 bots, but in local play you can have only about 9, I think.
Well, that's no good.
But so I play System Link offline, so to speak.
That's cool. Now, here's my story because, as you guys know, all you subscribers and you, of course, everyone knows, even probably your mom knows that I play offline bots, right? This is like a thing. I get made fun of all the
Yeah,
time. Oh, what are
if
you,
you're
poor?
gold.
Yeah, what are you, stupid? You can't afford it? No, I just genuinely like to play offline bots. It's less sweaty, no squeakers, calling my mom F words or whatever. It's just clean fun, unless I get mad.
Yeah.
But
Well,
here's my topic: is that I'm played every COD game since Black Ops 1 that had offline bots, right? And
yeah.
for the Series X, I got Black Ops Cold War, and then I got Vanguard. Now, I had a whole problem getting Cold War because I bought the wrong edition. This is on my Series X. They really screw you with that game. But for some reason, as you guys know, for some reason, Black Air Call of Duty games, they're like really really big in their gigabytes. Like especially the newer ones, it's like 100 to 200 per game. Um, it's crazy. Like you're shooting terrorists in the face. How is it that? You know what I mean? Like how is it like Lego
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga should be 100, not Call of Duty. But so I figured I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rebuy Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard. I rebought them for like 15, $17 each, and what I did is instead of installing it on my Series X internal, I installed it on my hard drive, which is for Xbox One games, right? It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm trying my best. And basically, I ended up paying a lot less money for Cold War and Vanguard, and now they actually fit on my Series X, because they're not on the internal. And I read online that they're like, oh, it doesn't work because the Activision greed. It does. I guess they fixed it, but I kind of feel like I cheated the system because I love Cold War and Vanguard. The offline and
Yeah.
Cold War, they're a bit wonky. But, I mean, have you played Cold War and Vanguard? Because they're pretty good and they're
No.
pretty cheap.
Last COD I played in terms of when it was released is Modern Warfare 2019. I
Okay.
haven't really cared about Call of Duty since then.
Okay.
The only reason I got it was because I wanted to play offline bots with a P90, and none of the Modern Warfares before it had offline bots, just the P90. And of course,
Right.
the Black Ops games don't have the P90, but offline bots.
Of
So
course, right?
this is kind of the one that had both finally. Even though the bots, I still, like I said, they're really cheap even on recruit difficulty.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
it's the only one that has the P90 and bots, so I decided to get it.
There you go.
So, but I don't, but in terms of Call of Duty in general, I've kind of stopped caring about it.
Okay. I mean, here's my thing. I do recommend Cold War. I think it's really good. The campaign's phenomenal. Zombies are the best, and multiplayer does have offline bots, and they're a little dumber than Modern Warfare, which is at least pretty good.
Oh, does it
Maybe
have
one
a
day. I don't know.
P90?
Uh, it's during the Cold War, so no. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day.
Yeah. Well,
But I bring this up
Black Ops
because
2 doesn't have a P90, but it has a PDW 57, which kind of uses the same type of clip as a P90. So
okay.
that's kind of the closest I can get to one on Black Ops 2.
Is that gun the whatever the fudge you just said? Was that offline or did you have to get? Because some guns you have to buy them with real money or whatever to use them offline. Is that?
No, this is Black Ops 2. This is before
Oh,
all that
okay, yeah,
stuff.
obviously.
Yeah, so it was
Duh.
already on the game, so I got no worries there.
That's good. I don't remember that. I'm doing a big COD marathon because of Cold War and Vanguard, so I'm playing all of them again, and I'll have to
Yeah.
double check for that. But the reason I bring this up mainly is because Call of Duty is apparently, again, I put this in asterisks apparently, because I don't think it's gonna happen, but apparently they're making a movie, like not just a film, but like a cinematic universe, so like MCU
Uh,
Skywalker Saga type thing. What do you think about that? Like when you hear Call of Duty movie, what are your thoughts?
uh,
Yeah, same.
well,
Uh,
as long as they never show the main characters, like the primary protagonist's face, because in Call of Duty you never see his face. You're always first person the whole time.
yeah.
So as long as they always cut his head off at the top of the screen, or they just, shoot it from his POV the whole time,
So
or
like
whatever.
well, have you seen the movie Hardcore Henry?
No,
Okay, have you heard of it?
no.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so perfect. Hardcore Henry is the world's first person movie. So it's Hardcore Henry is literally Call of Duty the movie without being called that. I have
Yeah.
it. It's very cheap. It's phenomenal. You do have to understand that again, it's first person, so some people get motion sickness and all that. But I think if like when we're done doing this podcast, watch the Hardcore Henry trailer on YouTube, and whatever. Let me know what you think because I think that's kind of how it could work, but it's tough because there's so many Call of Duty eras. You got modern,
Yeah.
space, Cold War, whatever, World War II.
Past, present, future, and space.
Exactly. And there's so much potential that could be drawn from that, but if they jack it up, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's going to happen. They try to do it with Assassin's Creed. That movie is canon to the games. I actually really like that movie with Michael Fassbender. I know that's probably
Yeah,
a
you
hate
said
crime.
last time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird.
So
But I don't know if a COD film would work, but they're also making a
yeah,
Borderlands movie. Uh, I don't know.
they're making all sorts of video game movies now.
I know. Well, I mean, Detective Pikachu was great. I love the Sonic films. I just reviewed the Mario movie. That's a freaking masterpiece. I love the Mario movie. Are you going to see that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's so good. Nothing
It'll de-
woke. It's just a
it'll depend, I guess, on if I'm desperate or not. I
yeah.
guess,
One day,
but
try to, because it's
yeah,
phenomenal. It's very very good. But yeah, so Call of Duty movie. I don't know if that would ever happen, but we'll have to see. But I'm
yeah,
excited for whatever they do. But Modern Warfare 2, let me bring this up for the next thing here. I should say the new Modern Warfare 2. This is where COD died for me. You say
yeah.
Modern Warfare,
The
this
bot
game,
the bots didn't work in that one because they only had like three modes, no create a class, and
yeah,
you couldn't do. Basically, it was as if were playing an Xbox original Call of Duty, where they didn't even think to put options in at the time.
yeah. I mean, that should be a war crime. I mean, that's I lose sleep
Well,
over this. It's so
Call of
maddening.
Duty Modern War Crime 2.
Exactly. Yeah. Jesus. Because look, Modern Warfare 2019. as an overall package for offline, single player, multiplayer, say what you want about the boss being too hard or too easy, whatever, but they're good in that game. And, like, that's my favorite COD game. So I
Yeah.
was so excited for Modern Warfare 2. And then, this one YouTuber made a video talking about it, and it just, my heart collapsed. It's like I got shot through the heart, metaphorically. Um, it was just, it sucked. And they still didn't fix it.
Yeah.
And that was the point where I said, all right, I love all the past ones, the ones that work, but at this point, COD, man, it freaking died. Like, and I don't want to, because I don't want to say that, because Call of Duty is one of my
Yeah.
favorite franchises. But how could you
Yeah.
mess that up?
Well, eventually a franchise just you do something wrong on it and you don't like it and you kind of have to just put your foot down
Yeah,
and
I
say that's
guess.
it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to do that, but it's like they forced my hand.
Yeah.
So,
But
life goes
uh
on, but maybe they'll fix it
yeah.
one day. But see, the thing is, if you pay attention, if you really look into it, there are offline bots, right? They're in there. It's just
Yeah.
barely anything.
Yeah, they're in there, but it's more of a just an arcade type thing instead of an actual like options and stuff.
Yeah, and I would have been pissed if I bought it because I was about to get. I was like, "Mom, can you get this for me? I'll pay you back." And thank God I didn't tell her to go and get it because we would have wasted $70.
Yeah.
But
So,
what a ripoff. But
yeah.
anyway, and my next topic here, if you don't mind, I got two more, and then whatever you want to cover here. But we got some. Well, we're filming this on Good Friday, so Star Wars. Not only is Jesus' death. If you're Catholics, that's
Yeah.
obviously the big thing for today. I don't want to overshadow that, but for I guess non-Catholics or just people in the franchise industry like myself, Star Wars Celebration is today, and we got some major news. And I woke up. I was
Yeah.
up till 12:30 doing a Harley Quinn tribute. And
A new movie with Ray is coming out.
I know, dude. I was eating my cereal. I almost threw up. Like, like
And
you don't understand.
so many social media faces turned red from that news.
Oh yeah, see, it's funny you mentioned that because half of the internet was having like a hissy fit, and half of them, like myself, were like praising Jesus. We were like, "Thank you," because as you guys know, I have some issues with the prequels, but I genuinely love everything Star Wars canon, all of it, and the sequels are my
Yeah.
favorite. So, I love the originals, I love the prequels. I love Bad Batch and whatever, but the fact that we're getting not only an Ahsoka trailer came out and an Indiana Jones 5 trailer came out, which I'll react to those, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But they'll probably be up by the time this podcast is up. But yeah, man, that Rey news. What were your thoughts? Because apparently it's set 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker.
Well, I didn't have too many thoughts about it. I just kind of like, oh, they're making another movie with Ray in it finally, are they? You know,
Yeah,
because I mean, all they do is dwell in the Galactic Civil War era with stormtroopers, and you know,
yeah, the prequel
it
era and
kind of
stuff.
just gets kind of yawn-inducing when they just keep doing the same era, different things, but the same era all the
Right.
time.
No, I
So
100% understand. Yeah. I think it's great. I mean, there's so many people online. They're like, "Ray's horrible and she's American." It's like, just shut up. I think that just stop. It's for me. I was trying to hold back tears. I was like, "This is like you guys don't understand. Ray Skywalker, Ray Palpatine, whatever the fudge you want to call her. She's a great character, at least in my opinion. She's one of my favorites. So the fact that
yeah,
we're getting not only just Ray, but like more sequel trilogy content that isn't a book or a comic or whatever, it made my day. I mean, really, like that was good news. I think that's the best part about Star Wars Celebration for me. Um,
yeah,
I'm just pumped, man. I'm so excited that not only Daisy is coming back, but the fact that she wanted to come back. Because you know how many idiots and a-holes there were online spewing some sexist trash? You know what I mean? Like, same with Rose, Tico, and,
well,
and
no, no, I don't know how many. I just know that there are probably more people that out there that are the opposite, but they're just not on social media.
exactly. That's an important thing to mention. Yeah, that's vital because the internet will have you believe that everyone in the world hates the sequels and that they're garbage. More people love them than hate them. You just hear about the hate because, like you said, it's friggin' Twitter. You know what I mean? Like it's a cesspool
Well,
of death on that thing.
Twitter
So
comment sections, anything that has to do with people expressing their opinions online
Mhm.
behind anonymity. You know.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean,
Oh,
it's probably a bunch of basement dwellers and no life.
yeah,
They're just
yeah.
they make fun of people to make them feel better. But no,
Donuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it. Bloody good job. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. I mean, I know John Boyega is kind of a turd about the whole thing. He's kind of ungrateful for everything, but I think it's because now that Finn is force sensitive, I think it'll be cool to maybe Ray will train Finn or because the things we only know is that Ray's in it. It's set 15 years after Episode 9, and it's going to deal with her basically helping out with the new Jedi Order. So
Yeah,
whatever that means,
yeah. So
but I'm excited. I mean, oh man, I mean what
hopefully it means good things. That's all I can say.
the only thing I'm nervous about is that the writer who is writing the script wrote the Miss Marvel TV show. Um, I don't know if you've seen it. Oh no, you don't have Disney Plus, right? You haven't seen it. Um,
No.
yeah, don't see it. It's trash. It's no good.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't.
I'll watch Doctor Strange 2 instead.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good movie. Um, yeah, Miss Marvel's. It's my second. It's just garbage, in my opinion. I know people might love it out there. So hopefully it's not going to be woke or trash this new Ray film. But overall, I'm just excited
Well,
we're getting more sequel content.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
Fingers crossed. That's all I can say.
yeah, because I mean the last
No,
time we saw Ray was in
I'm not keeping my
2019.
hopes up. Just crossing my fingers.
That's all you can do.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome though. Yeah, I genuinely didn't expect to wake up to getting two trailers and that news. That was pretty awesome. But I have one more topic here. But if you have anything before I move on, anything you've been cooking up in your brain?
Well, I have these two topics from last one that we didn't have time for. Um, but I'll just talk about the first one before you do your next one.
All right.
I wanted to talk about Thanos in the MCU. Because you brought up Miss Marvel, MCU, all
Mhm.
that, so it just kind of seems like it fits. So on the people think that well, everybody knows what Thanos is, right? In Infinity War and Endgame, especially, and apparently people on the internet hate Thanos in Endgame because they feel like, unlike Infinity War, he just kind of goes back to being this kind of evil guy that wants to destroy the universe and all that.
Uh,
Whereas in Infinity War, he's trying to bring balance and all that crazy stuff. So, what are your thoughts on Thanos as a villain, and how do you like him in Infinity War compared to Endgame? Do you think Endgame they turned him into more of a rock, or do you think he's just as cool as in Infinity War?
so I think, well, first of all, I think Thanos in general, I think he's pretty formidable. I mean, he's a giant purple
Yeah.
guy with a big fist, but if you get that aside,
And
basically
the chin,
evil.
don't forget the chin.
Yeah, that's true. Evil Barney with a nutsack chin. It's I think he's a good character. In Infinity War, I think his writing is good. Of course, the CGI motion capture that's flawless. Um, I think that his
Yeah,
motive
well,
is
some of it has some things if you look closely enough. But yeah, I think overall they
on
did
the
good
most
on him.
part.
Yeah.
I think he's a good villain. I think he's one of my favorite in the entire because the MCU isn't known for their. I think DC genuinely has better villains than Marvel, at least more rememberable.
Familiar.
Rememberable. Is that a word? Anyway,
More familiar
there you
villains.
go. And I think that in Infinity War he's good. Of course, he wins in that film, which is pretty crazy. Not many villains win in the MCU.
Yeah.
And then in Endgame, of course, Thor shows up to his cooking laboratory and beheads him, which was badass and
Yeah.
awesome. But that poses the question: oh, okay, well, the most evil guy in the universe. The most evil guy the MCU has ever faced, Thor just beheads him in 5 seconds. So
Yeah.
obviously that was meant for a joke, and it was meant to be this awesome moment. Um, but then you run into that rabbit hole, like you said, where it's like past Thanos or whatever, and he doesn't really share
Yeah.
the same views that Infinity War Thanos did. And no, I mean, I don't think he was trying to do a rock. I think that it was different, and I actually enjoyed the fact that it wasn't the same version. It felt like a different character, but at the end of the day, they were still evil. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Thanos in Infinity War, of course, yeah, oh, the balance, whatever. He's still a friggin' psychopath. He still wants to murder half the population. That's not good.
Yeah.
So, there's not much of a difference between the two, in my opinion. But I think that at the end, during that big final battle on, not Titan,
Earth.
yeah, Earth. Um, I think it's really cool that they're able to have a different version of that character, but at the same time resonate the same message. And
Yeah.
obviously, I understand where people are coming from to a degree. I wouldn't say it's bad. I think it's a stylistic. It's like killing Snoke. It's a stylistic choice that I think makes sense if you think about it long enough. Um,
Yeah.
and when he does
Well,
die, it's cool.
like
I
I don't see a big problem with Thanos in Endgame because again, he's from the past, so he's obviously probably a little more, you know, bloodthirsty than in Infinity War by that point,
right.
in his time. Because you see when he teleports onto the ship, he's covered in this blood, and stuff, and he's kind of walking like, look at me kind of thing, you know. But I think, I don't think he's gone really to the full, just wants to destroy the universe because it feels like it. It's
hmm
more like him wanting to get revenge because, he sees the heroes trying to undo his, the work he dedicated his life to doing and trying to undo it. And so, like if you made some massive accomplishment in your life and then found out somebody's trying to undo it, I'm sure you'd probably blow a fuse trying to, and then just want to, do whatever it takes to end them.
I would blow two fuses. Yeah.
Like if, like, Last Jedi, if somebody wanted to just erase it, undo it all,
World War III.
you would probably, like,
Yeah, I would go
you'd
insane. You
probably
wouldn't
jump
want
through
to.
the
You
computer
would, yeah.
screen just to
You wouldn't
strangle
want to be
them.
near me.
Yeah. So, I think it, like you said, it also gave us two versions of the character. Like it gave us what he's like when he doesn't have the stones, and
Right.
what he's like when he does have them, and not to mention when he has the stones. He's losing all his kids, including Gamora, so he has a little more compassion than before when, he's basically conquering and slaughtering planet after planet without any resistance at all.
Right.
And
Yeah. Totally.
probably barely any loss to his forces.
That's true.
So,
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good point to bring up because I think Thanos is still top three best villains in the
oh,
MCU. I
yeah.
mean, for so many reasons, but yeah, I think it was interesting that we got kind of two versions. I
So
didn't expect it.
I don't think Endgame's Thanos is that bad, honestly. Like some people think, they think he went back to being a one-dimensional villain all because of his new goals at the end in that last battle. He just wants to destroy the universe to make a new one.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
mean,
about wiping out half the universe to save the other half. It's about destroying the universe to make a new one that's grateful.
yeah. It's like
So,
Saw.
no, I haven't seen that one,
I mean,
but
neither. But I know about it at least. It's like we're gonna put your face in a bear trap so that you enjoy life. It's like take me to Disney World for God's sake. Don't cut my face off.
yeah.
I don't know,
So,
but yeah, I think that's a great topic. Now, in terms of my favorite MCU villains, I'd probably go with Loki's number one, and then Thanos, and then number three would have to be I don't know, maybe like the
well,
Mandarin from Shang Chi.
I personally wouldn't mind the. I personally don't mind uh, Hella.
Ella.
Hella's pr- Hella is
Oh,
pretty
Hella. Yeah.
twisted. Yeah.
I thought she was good. What happened to her again?
Surtur slammed his massive sword through her and she disintegrated.
That's right. I haven't seen
Because
Ragnarok and
she gets her power from Asgard, and so Surtur has to destroy Asgard to kill her.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Now
which
what
also
what
explains why Thor doesn't use his powers on when Thanos attacks at the beginning of Infinity Wars, because his power is connected to Asgard as well, and so he can't use it if where his power comes from is no longer there.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Now what MCU movies have you not seen? Like Thor:
Most
Love and
of
Thunder, all that stuff.
Yeah, most of Phase 4.
Okay.
I
Um,
saw Doctor Strange recently. Finally, I finally saw the second one. I had a dream I was watching it, and I just couldn't resist. Finally, so
what'd
but
you think?
it was pretty. It was pretty decent, honestly. And the one scene that was that everybody knows that was controversial about the movie, I just pretended that you know they were sisters, not
Mm,
the other thing, and it just kind of it's a good thing that it's just that it's as brief as it is.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
nothing too forceful. I think it's a
yeah,
pretty blink and you'll miss it moment.
but
Now, have you seen
yeah,
the Evil Dead
I
movies?
didn't like Wanda being an evil like she is. I liked her when she was good,
Hmm.
but I guess you kind of you got to do something with someone like that. You got to
Yeah.
make
Well,
them
have you seen
make them the
WandaVision?
enemy eventually.
Have
What?
you seen the WandaVision show?
No, Disney
Okay.
Plus.
Well,
Remember?
yeah. Well, okay. You kind of had to watch that before because it explains why she goes crazy in Doctor Strange 2. Um,
Yeah. Well, I spoil myself if I don't see it. I just spoil myself on
yeah.
something like
Because well,
that.
then you're like, why does she have kids? What's going on? You know? Um,
Yeah. So.
yeah. It's a whole thing. But no,
But
yeah, I think
yeah, I haven't seen. I didn't see Eternals. I didn't see Thor: Love and Thunder, and what else? Black Panther.
Black
So
Panther 2.
I've
Okay,
seen
right.
Shang. I've seen Shang Chi because I got it on DVD, and I got Doctor Strange 2 and Spider Man and Black Widow, and
So you've seen a few of
yeah,
them.
a few of them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
Thor 11.
also didn't see Ant Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I think it's my favorite Ant-Man movie, but it's just I don't know if you saw my review, but there's no
No, I
spoilers.
didn't.
But
I
Jesus, the
kind of
CGI.
I don't usually watch your reviews anymore on new release movies, because you tend to say no. I'm trying not to spoil anything, kind of every second sentence.
Yeah, I know it's
So
hard.
it's kind of just like, we get it. You don't want to spoil it. You don't have to keep repeating it over and
I know.
over.
Yeah, it's hard because if I don't say it
I
to
know.
myself, I end up doing it,
Oh, well.
and then
Maybe you
everyone hates me.
just need to be connected to a shock or something, and then when you're when it feels your body's about to expose a spoiler, it just kind of like,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah, right.
But
I'd probably be dead at the end of that video though,
yeah,
but it was
but
worth a try. Now, what was your second topic you wanted to mention?
oh yeah, I wanted to talk about MonsterVerse, and more specifically King Kong, because I'm assuming you still haven't seen Godzilla movies yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm
So
sorry.
that's okay. But yeah, I remember in our second podcast, you said you went to Universal and there was a King Kong ride, and it wasn't like a movie. Well, it depends on which movie you're talking about, because there
Mm,
was Peter Jackson's King Kong, and apparently
yes.
that was made by Universal.
Yeah, the ride that we went on at Universal, that it's
It's
based on the
probably
Peter
based on
Jackson one.
that one. Yeah, not Skull Island. So
Well, the problem is
but
that I don't know. Have you been on the ride?
no,
Okay. Well, it's
I
funny
haven't gone
because
to any theme park. I've
oh,
always
you
been
have to one
here
day.
in Alberta.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. YouTube it, but there's a the marquee like the entrance, it literally says
yeah.
Skull Island. So I was like, oh, cool. It's based on the new movie because that Kong Skull Island, you guys know, it's one of my favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time, and it's just I mean it was a good ride. I mean you sit in a truck and you wear 3D glasses, which I hate because I have normal glasses, so it's like torture. But you're in this truck and it's on a track and you look left and right and there's these giant screens and the truck moves and all that and there's a
Yeah.
massive Kong animatronic at the end. But it's based on the Peter Jackson movie, and I haven't seen that one in full yet. Um, it seems like every time I go to Nanny and Poppy's, I get on their cable, and the last 20 minutes is playing. So I've never seen the full thing, but I'll have to. It's a good ride, but
Yeah.
I would love to see a Skull Island like the 2017 movie ride. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That would be kind of cool. Just to maybe have some sort of like holographic thing underneath you, and you could be like flying in like one of the helicopters. It would feel like
Yeah,
at the
that'd be
beginning
awesome.
before Kong destroys them all.
Or like that scene where they use the flamethrower, it could get like really hot.
Yeah, that would work too.
Or you could just burn the audience, one of the two.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on on Skull Island? Like, what were did you? I'm assuming the skull crawlers kind of are interesting to you.
Well, they weren't pretty to look at, but yeah,
No, they're a good monster for him to fight.
they are. Yeah, they are. I think
Yeah,
no. See, it's weird because I love that movie, but I haven't really seen any of the other ones in that universe, which I have to. But yeah, it's just I love
yeah,
it so much because I think it's like Black Ops Cold War. It's during the Cold War. I think that music choice is good. The setting is really
yeah,
unique. I like the acting and the writing. Of course, you got Captain Marvel, Loki, and Nick Fury in a movie together.
yeah. And
I mean,
they
that's
kind
cool.
of swapped. Well, Loki and Fury kind of swapped roles in that one.
Yeah, they
Fury's the
did.
one
You're
who
right.
goes crazy.
But yeah, I think it was also like kind of touching with the John C. Riley's character. I didn't expect they were going to do that with a monster movie. Um,
Yeah,
I thought it was a good not heart wrenching, heartwarming
yeah.
ending, which is cool.
Yeah, it was like Kong, you definitely feel the emotion sometimes. Like that one shot where he's just looking up at the starry sky. You can just see in his face, he wishes, he wasn't alone
Hmm.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's
It's
crazy you
yeah.
can get emotion from a giant monkey. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But
Now,
if
where
you
does?
ever see Godzilla versus Kong, if you ever see that one, there's references to Skull Island in that. Like
Oh, that's cool.
there is a Skull Crawlers. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'll wait until you see it eventually.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, there's references to all the movies. Like even in the beginning, like most of them have one of those credit things in the beginning, just kind of listing the names of the actors and then the title of the movie. And yeah, it kind of shows some of Skull Island in the beginning part, just to show you that it's linked, it's
Yeah,
connected
that's
in
awesome.
some way. And so
Now, where
yeah,
does
it's
Kong Skull Island? Where does that film take place in the timeline?
uh
Like, which movie comes first? Which is the last one? That kind of thing.
it takes place in 1973.
Oh, I know, but like, is
So
is the so is like the Godzilla movie the first one?
oh yeah, Godzilla 2014 came first, then Skull Island, then King
Gotcha.
of the Monsters, and then of course versus Kong.
Okay, but Kong Skull Island in the timeline is the first one.
Yeah, it's like the Captain America of the universe.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, since this is gonna sound like a weird question, but since Kong Skull Island was not the first made, but it's the first one set, it's like the Phantom Menace, I guess, in Star Wars. Do they mention like in the Godzilla movie, like because they made that one first? Are they gonna be like, oh, there's
Well,
Nick Fury's character or whatever?
they don't mention anything about Kong in Godzilla 2014, but he is mentioned in King of the Monsters.
Okay.
And There's even the post-credit scene of Skull Island. If you saw that, it actually shows the cave paintings of Godzilla and 3
Yes.
other monsters that are in King of the Monsters. And so, but no, Godzilla 2014 kind of, it being the first movie, obviously, it kind of is like, it's kind of like Iron Man. It doesn't really mention anybody before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not
Okay. Yeah.
even Captain America.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I gotta watch him for sure. I got so much crap to watch; it's unreal. But I will do it. I promise. It's for everyone watching, including you. I'm not lying. I'm gonna do it one day. Because
yeah, I
I love
believe
Skull
you.
Island. Yeah, I just gotta get him.
The monster battles make the Jurassic World battles look like kids fighting in a playground.
High praise.
If you get my meaning.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Now, are they making more of those movies, or is the
Yeah,
latest one the last?
there's another one next year coming out.
No, what's that one called?
For now, it's apparently called Godzilla and Kong,
Hmm.
but they might change it to a cooler title because it's
Yeah, I'm not
basically
feeling it.
recycling one title and just changing the middle word.
Yeah,
So it kind of,
they'll call it
but
Kong versus Godzilla. That'll work.
well, it's not going to be a versus because things that happen in, well, I shouldn't say it yet.
They
I'll let
become
you
best
wait.
friends. It
Yeah.
turns out they're best friends.
So, but
But all right, so
so
here's
what
my
was
last.
your next topic?
Yes, all right. So here's my last topic here. I have. I wrote a quiz. Now, don't worry, this is not for points. I'm going to be a teacher, so I figured, oh, okay, let's see what goes on here. But I wrote a quiz back in maybe 2013 or 14 on Lego games. So we're gonna. I wrote how many questions I got here? I wrote 20. We're not doing all 20, but I want to see your Lego gaming knowledge, and you guys listening can play along as well. So I'll just ask a
Okay.
few, but I think it's pretty crazy. So here we go. Are you ready?
I guess
Okay, get your number two pencil out.
I didn't play all the Lego games, so
Uh oh.
I might
Well,
be
this
rusty on some.
yeah. All right. Well, let's find out. Number one, developer TT Games is the creator of the best-selling and award-winning Lego games. What does TT stand for? Is it A. Timid Trails, B. Traveler's Tales, C. Titanic Tales, or D. Turbo Tales?
Travelers
Yes.
Tales.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, here we go. See, you're on a roll. In 2005, the first Lego game came out. What was it called? Lego Batman the video game, Lego Harry Potter, Lego Indiana Jones, or Lego Star Wars the video game?
Lego Star Wars the video game.
Yes, sir.
I just have a feeling.
Yep, you got it. You got it. All right, here we go. This is a trick. What was the first Lego game to feature real actors and actresses? Is it Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, Lego City Undercover, Lego Marvel 1, or Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars? Now, mind you, I said feature real actors and actresses. I didn't say anything about voice lines.
It would be Lego Batman 2, I'm thinking.
Only because Lego Batman 2 was the first game to feature voice acting, but Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars actually got the Clone Wars actors to do the grunting.
Oh,
Which makes no
well.
friggin' sense. Because at that
Well,
point, you
give
got
me a
the actors.
half point then because they actually talk in Lego Batman 2.
Yeah. Alright, I'll give you half credit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. I'm going to pick two.
Grunting I don't find counts because anybody can do that.
Well, yeah, which makes no sense. Like,
Even on Lego Star Wars the video game they grunt. So
yeah. Well, it's like for the Clone Wars, why would you pay money to get the Clone Wars actors back to go? Oh, it's like just have them talk. Wild.
so,
Totally wild. All right.
yeah.
What was the first open world Lego game? Is it Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lego Rock Band, or Lego Batman 2?
I'm assuming Lego Batman 2.
Correct. Yep. Lego TMNT is not even a real thing.
I played Lego Lord of the Rings before Lego Batman 2, but I'm thinking it was Lego Batman 2 that came out
Yeah.
first.
So you got it.
So,
Okay, this one you'll know. What Lego game combines franchises such as Adventure Time, Ninjago, and Beetlejuice? So it should be easy. Lego Worlds, Lego Dimensions, Lego The Hobbit, or Lego Chess?
totally Lego Chess. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be Lego Dimensions by a long shot.
No, you got it. You're right. Perfect. Okay. It's Dimensions anyway, for everyone listening.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let's see. I'll do two more here. See, some of these are outdated because I wrote this in 2014.
Oh.
Ooh, I got it. In Lego Jurassic World, how many movies can you play? One, two, three, or four?
Uh, 3.5 because Jurassic Park 3 is half a movie's length.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Well, technically there's four, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Well, because all four of them are about 2 hours long in like the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park 3 is an hour and a half.
Ooh,
So it's the shortest of all four of them.
and the
So
worst.
yeah,
That's why they were like, just put it in there.
yeah. The worst, not that you're hating on it.
Exactly. Okay, we're down to the last two. What two standalone Lego games feature open worlds made out of Lego bricks? So everything's a Lego brick in the open world. We got Lego The Hobbit, the Lego Movie video game, Lego Worlds, or both Lego Movie video game and Lego Worlds.
uh, both Lego Movie and Worlds.
Yes, 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 yes. See, I have it. I have A, B, C, D. So it was
Okay.
both C and D, but you got it. All right, let's see. Now this one you might not get. This one's kind of tricky. This is kind of exclusive to me, but it happened. So, in what Lego Star Wars video game features the Cloud City level? So we're talking Empire here, where the panicked citizens. So remember in that movie and level, Boba Fett's going crazy, and all the citizens on Cloud City are freaking out. There was a glitch in which everyone in the city that was panicking, they were all smiling instead of frowning. So everyone was running around during like a shooting with Boba Fett, and they were all smiling. What Lego game was it? Was it Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, 3: The Clone Wars, The Force Awakens, or the original trilogy, Lego Star Wars 2?
Lego Star Wars 2.
Yes, good job, you got it.
Because I don't see that in the complete saga on that level. Of
Yes.
course,
I'll
I'm
just say,
not looking, but I don't see them frowning, smiling.
yeah, it was I played it on my GameCube with my cousin when I was like 9 or 10. It was late at night and everyone's smiling, and I actually had a nightmare because it was like for my fragile baby brain, it was too much.
Yeah.
Now I just laugh at it, but hey, I think you got close. You got 100% actually.
Oh,
Look at that. You see,
congratulations, me.
yeah, jeez. I'll save the rest for next time. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I found that
So
I found the wrinkled piece of paper in my bedroom in the closet, so I'm like, oh, I'll use that in the video.
yeah, whatever works, I guess.
Yeah,
Always
but
gotta think of something for our next podcast, right? And that just
exactly, yeah.
happened to be a good idea.
I'm like, I'll quiz him. He'll love that.
So, so my next topic, I have a few others, but you probably don't have time for all four of them. So I'll just do maybe the last two.
Okay.
The next two, I should say. The next two. So last podcast you mentioned the Sonic films, and I last month I got them finally.
Hmm.
After you mentioned them, I kind of figured, might as well see what they're like, and I kind of got pretty addicted to them after I watched them. I couldn't. I even tried stopping myself every week after watching them 3 days in a row, and then the fourth day I'd try to resist, and then the fifth day I'd be like, I'll put it on again. Who cares?
Yeah.
And so, what are your thoughts on the first two Sonic films, and what are you thinking might happen in the third one with that character that they revealed? I assume you saw the
Yeah.
post-credit
So
scene.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spoil it. So, well,
Okay.
first of all, glad you saw him.
Shadow the Hedgehog. I'll spoil
Yeah.
it for you.
Uh-oh. Everyone unsubscribe. But no, I think. See, here's the thing. When you're talking video game movies, Sonic. I think these two movies. I think they would have been better if they were animated, because it could have easily fallen into that trap of, oh, that's cringy that he's with humans. You look at Detective Pikachu. That worked, right? Live action
Yeah.
CGI. The Mario movie. It's completely animated. If they were to do another live action Mario movie, that would have been weird. Assassin's Creed live action, it works. The
Yeah.
Sonic films, I think it would have been better animated, but the quality of those two movies is astounding. Because if we all remember the original Sonic design, that thing looked like an alien from hell, and
Oh,
it's
is
funny
this the
because
one they originally showed
uh huh,
when they had like small eyes and stuff, and they were trying to make him look like a hedgehog, and
yeah.
people were, you know, turning their faces red on everybody?
Well, that's the thing. People got so pissed off at this thing that basically they all, like, the entire collective internet bullied the studio, and then they were like, "All right, we're gonna fix it." And the new design they came up with is perfect. I think. I think Ben
Yeah.
Schwartz is a great Sonic voice. I think it's really good. I think the first film really works as like an origin story in a way. Um,
Yeah.
I really didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I thought Eggman was really good, or Robotnik. I thought Jim Carrey
Yeah.
was good in that. Um, I haven't seen a whole lot of Jim Carrey and stuff, but I thought he was fine in it. The what was it?
Well,
Who's
I saw Jim Carrey in the films that you don't like from 1998 that are Batman. I saw him as the Riddler
Oh yeah, that's
in
right. I
Batman
do
Forever.
have that on Blu-ray actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why,
But
but
there's not a whole lot I've seen of him either. I saw I think it was Bruce Almighty
that's right.
and then of course Batman Forever.
Yeah,
But
It-
nothing. We don't have a whole lot of movies with him in it, so
yeah.
yeah, he definitely kind of nailed the role.
I think so. And he wasn't a fat dude, which I was kind of mad about. I thought I wanted him to be chubby, but
Well, they're making him evolve, you know.
if he's not
Like he
dead,
goes from this kind of this kind of government person to a complete maniac, you know, in the second one.
uh huh.
So if he returns, and hope people are really hoping he returns in the third one because there's rumors of him retiring. If you haven't heard,
Oh wow.
um, yeah, he's kind of considering retiring from acting. But people are hoping he returns at least for the third one before that happens. And
Yeah.
so hopefully he'll be his fat self in that one because it would be the final stamp on on the character, you know,
Right. Well, that's the
for
thing. It's like
his final movie.
because Eggman's the main protect. He's like the Bowser of Sonic, and the fact that if he's dead or whatever they're doing, I don't know how
Yeah,
you can do that. But yeah, I think that the first one's really good. I think it has heart. I think it has good CGI, good acting. It would have been weird, there's so many movies like Alvin and the Chipmunks or stuff like that where the
yeah,
CGI chipmunks they don't work with Dave. It's just, I know they're older, but it just doesn't work. This Sonic film did work, and it was really cool. Of course, then we get to Sonic 2. I think it's a better movie when you think about the plot with Sonic and Tails. I think Tails is great. I think Knuckles is great.
yeah,
I think that the whole Chaos Emerald, in this film, they're really getting into the Sonic lore. The first one was more
yeah.
like, the first one was kind of like a basic Sonic movie. This one's like, you kind of have to know what's up to understand a lot of it. What really kind of took me out of it was the whole wedding stuff. It's not horrible, but for every scene where Eggman's trying to, get the lair and Sonic and Knuckles are fighting and whatever, you get like a 10-minute scene of this bride like beating up bodyguards and just wacky hijinks. It just didn't work for me.
Eh,
It's funny, it's entertaining. I watched it, but it's just like, like I paid for a Sonic movie. I don't want to watch a wedding on a beach, like Jesus.
well, it could have been worse if you know what I mean. So
Yes, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad for that.
Yeah, right. Um, but no, yeah, Shadow. I think that. Well, let's talk about the end battle. It was awesome. It was just straight up
Yeah.
awesome. Like I gotta get that on Blu-ray. Because I've
Oh,
only
you
seen
don't have it?
Sonic 2. No, I have Sonic One on Blu-ray. I don't have two yet. I need to get that.
I got a combo pack for with both of them, so
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah,
it
for
should be on
about
sale.
I think it was either $15 or $25.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But
That's a good deal.
yeah, so
But yeah, so Robotnik's out of the picture apparently, and then we get Sonic and Tails and Knuckles are all buddies, and Shadow is back. I think Shadow's one of the cooler characters in the Sonic mythos. I played the Sonic game when I was a preteen or whatever you want to specifically say. So I think the Shadow game wasn't great for my GameCube, but it was cool when I was a kid. So no, yeah, I think Shadow is a good villain. I think that if Robotnik, Eggman, whatever is truly out of the picture, I think Shadow is a good replacement.
yeah.
I just think like the design.
I could see them inventing maybe two scripts for the movie just in
Mm,
case Jim Carrey isn't in it, then they have a backup plan.
yeah, I could see that. Well, when
So,
is Sonic 3 greenlit? Is it actually going to happen?
yeah, it's next year in December.
Jeez, so they're already filming then.
Well, I don't know if they're filming, but it's in production.
Wow. That's cool.
So,
Well, I mean, the movie's made a lot of money. Critics and I mean, I don't really care. No one really cares about critics, but they liked it, and it made a lot of money. So that's the main thing. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you like him though. Now, what kind? Have you played the Sonic games, or have you just seen these movies?
Oh, a long time ago, but
So you're
uh,
familiar with the lore and the Chaos Emeralds and all that, right?
well, not really that, but the basics of the game I'm familiar with, like that you just kind of run around like in the levels, you just kind of run and try not to stop, and he does like loop de loops
Hmm.
and collects rings and stuff, and how they do the rings is kind of interesting in the movie, like
Yeah,
they haven't they
it's
didn't
like
forget about them.
well, it's like Doc because in the games it's just like it's like Lego studs, just like your points and all that. Um,
Yeah.
but in the movies, it's like Doctor Strange portals,
Yeah.
which it took
So,
a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, this is kind of weird. But I mean, they're obviously not canon to the games and all that, and it's just its own movie thing, and I think it works. So yeah, I genuinely like the two Sonic movies. I think they hit a home run both ways. But could you imagine if they kept that original design? I mean, I
um
truly think the reason why this that
I haven't really looked at it all that much, so I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I mean it was weird. I think that the
I
main
only see
reason
the
why
design that's in the movie, so
yeah. Well, the main reason I think why Sonic the Hedgehog 1 made so much money is one, it's a good film, and two, no one was going to see everyone was either going to see that movie to make fun of it or to, say it's horrible. No one was after seeing that original Sonic design, no one really was that hyped. They're like, "Oh, this looks like poop." But
yeah.
once they changed it, I think that's when people were like, "All right, you have my trust, and I'll go up and see it." So I think that was it was first of all it was insanely smart because they scored a butt ton of money, because of
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I like them. I think they're one of the better video game movies out there.
Yeah. Definitely look forward to the third one.
Yeah, yeah, same. I can't wait for that. Now, what was your other topic here? This will probably be the final topic of today because I gotta
Yeah.
gotta record. But I've had fun. Trust me.
We're already past an hour and 7 minutes, so
I
so but yeah, my last topic was just a continuation of a topic from last podcast because uh feel like I only got started, but I didn't want to take up the whole podcast talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Dying Light Part 2, as I'm calling it.
Uh,
And so wanted to just kind of mention some other cons and pros that I had about it and discuss them, obviously.
sounds
And
good.
so, yeah, so some of the another con I found about the game is just the enemies. And like I like how many zombies there are, but a lot of them are just really annoying.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Like the virals, not the volatiles, the virals, the guys that are constantly trying to beat you to a pulp when you hear them scream in the distance and then they come running at you like maniacs.
Yeah,
they're just the worst. I find even worse than volatiles, and those guys are, as you probably know, are a pain too.
Yeah.
But it's just because like when I'm playing, I will shoot my guns a few times and nothing happens, and then I'll maybe empty a clip or something and reload, and then after I shoot again, that's when you hear the roar go on in the background,
Uh huh.
and then you don't know where they're coming from and at first. And like in slums and in Old Town, they come from manhole covers, and there's kind of, it looks like sewer ducts underneath buildings, and they kind of crawl out from under there or under cars or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's really annoying when they swarm you and you're trying to either reload your weapon, use a med kit or whatever, and every time they hit you, it disrupts it.
Yeah. They do not. They don't mess around.
Yeah, and it's just I've even been naming them. I've even been calling them mosquitoes because they bug me.
Whoa, ho, ho. That is
So
true. I think.
yeah, and
Now, what do you think about like the human enemies?
uh, I just call them slime balls because they're like, actually, the first time I rescued a hostile survivor in Old Town, I thought I was saving somebody, and then he turned on me, and I'm like, "You son of a,"
Yeah.
you know, like I didn't
God.
actually say that, but that's kind of the reaction. I'm just like, "What the heck is your problem?"
Yeah.
I just saved your miserable life,
Yeah. Jerk move.
and so.
I think the
But
one of the
I do find human enemies really annoying though, because I don't know, you watched my video, so you saw me use the shield quite a bit, right?
hmm hmm
Yeah, so but find it really annoying how they can kick the shield and when you're blocking, and it actually like disengages the shield. Like it doesn't shatter it, but it kind of they kick it away so they can hit you, and
Yeah.
it's really annoying. And
I think
unlike them, where if you kick them, it doesn't do a darn thing.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I think that the one of the best things Dying Light 2 does over 1 is that the combat miles better. Like fighting humans in Dying Light 2 feels fluid and amazing, particularly because you can vault over them and you can block them now. There's actually a melee block. So if
Oh,
they attack you, you can like block and they'll, hit your sword and they'll
like
stagger back and
Perry.
yes, well, yeah, parry. Thanks. And it's a lot better than that. But yeah, the first one, yeah, it's weird. Like
I
I
think
don't
you
mind
can
fighting the
vault
zombies
over
so
them
much.
still. In the
What's that?
first one, I think you can still vault over them in the first one. I haven't tried. I've been more preoccupied with just killing the darn maggots instead of
Right.
trying to vault
Well, the
over
thing
them
is,
and
every time you
stuff.
shoot
But
your gun, every time you shoot their gun, which I get it, it's a realistic, feature. But one time, sometimes
yeah,
I'll shoot that zombie with my shotgun, and I'm like, I hear this, I'm like, oh crap, you know what I mean? Like every time,
yeah,
um, it makes sense because their guns are
virals.
loud, but
Yeah, it summons the virals all the time or
yeah,
almost all the time, and like just
every time,
but
to no fail. It's weird though that I
But
think Dying Light.
I like the enemies in this game better than Dead Island, in the sense that in Dead Island you have health bars over the enemies, and they don't die in one shot all the time, especially even when you shoot them with a gun in the head. And in this thing, they actually do die when you
Right.
shoot them in the head. And I also like to use the bow and arrow or the crossbow on them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tends to do pretty good damage. The only problem, of course, with those is that sometimes, especially when I miss, I have trouble finding my arrows or bolts to the point where it seems like they just disappear, especially if it's shot far away. Like I try to make sure now that there's a background behind the zombie, like a van or a wall, and I shoot at them when they're next to that, so that if I do miss, it goes into the wall, and I
Yeah.
don't lose my whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you can pick them up. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good backup
because
plan for sure.
yeah. So, but yeah, I think the enemies are conned in a lot of ways, but they're also they're not. They're also pretty good in other ways.
Yeah, it's like a
Um,
mixed bag.
yeah, but
But I mean,
I
there's nothing
definitely think
cooler.
the virals though are just the worst. But
Yeah.
the second worst I would say are probably maybe the volatiles, I guess, because
What are the ones
they
that
can
blow up?
bombers.
Yeah, those guys suck.
Oh well, I don't fight many of them for some reason. Like I seem to come across more of them when I'm driving my buggy,
Yeah, I mean,
like
so I'll
in
see
the
those.
countryside.
Right. I see those in like the campaign more, the bombers. Um, it's just stressful as fudge, you know what I mean? There's this one
Yeah.
mission where you're in like an apartment and there's a kid screaming and it's obviously it's a zombie kid, but it's like a really tight corners apartment, and then all of a sudden this
Oh
bomber
yeah.
comes out. I swear to God, I was like
I play
I
that
put
quarantine zone too.
yeah, I pooped my pants. It was like I gotta wear a diaper now. Like
There's like a there's like a bomber behind couple. There's a couple of bombers behind doors, and you just open them, and they just bang
yeah.
in your face.
Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
fun when it's dark out and I have my sound bar up really high
Yeah.
and there's no one in
But
the room with me. So yeah, that's fun.
yeah. So, but
Yeah, I think Dying. I mean, there's nothing better in Dying Light. I think Dying Light 2 is better for parkour. I think Dying Light 2 is better in every way, but for the most part. But in terms of
yeah.
parkour, Dying Light 1 is really cool. Like, it's just awesome to like run across a rooftop, do a barrel roll, drop kick a zombie to a fence. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very fluid.
Actually,
It's
grab onto edges instead of follow your death all the time, like in Dead Island.
yeah.
Because
Right,
you
well, 'cause-
can't do that. You can only jump, or you can only crouch, or there's you can drop kick sort of, but he just kind of kicks them with one foot. He doesn't do the whole like wrestling move
right,
thing.
okay. Because Dead
But
Island 1 is there's not much parkour in that game, right?
no, but of course it came out first, so they probably and not to mention the company they were working for probably was putting restrictions on like just they wanted the game out. They didn't care about the time frame. They didn't care about how good it was. They just wanted it out, kind of thing, and
Yeah, right.
kind
Well,
of pushed Techland to make the game they made. So
exactly. But I mean, apparently they said they're going to be supporting Dying Light 2 for another 4 years, which is crazy. I'd rather have a Dying
yeah,
Light 3, but I think maybe they will add guns in a future update. Who knows? But yeah, I have
yeah.
Dead Island 1 and Riptide, and I just got to get to it. But
Apparently, Riptide's worse because
have you played it?
they didn't. No, I've heard about it, and apparently it's like like they tried to I forget who it was that did Dead Island with Techland, but apparently with Riptide they were pushing Techland to do even more and trying to get the game out. They didn't care about quality at all in that one either,
Huh.
and it basically feels like Dead Island just in a different location kind of thing
Okay.
apparently. So
Well, technically, it's not a
nothing, no
sequel.
improvements or anything over the first game, just a different location.
Huh. See, because I
But
bought the Xbox One Definitive Edition, which Riptide was included with that.
yeah,
So,
well,
I just
I just got the original Dead Island one definitive. I didn't get the bundle or whatever with that
okay,
comes with both of them. So,
yeah. Well, one day
but
you'll have to get it maybe if it's cheap.
yeah, maybe if I just feel so desperate to play a different game that I decide to play one I haven't before.
There you go.
But yeah, so
But anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up because this is gonna be this was a lot of fun as always. But I
yeah.
gotta film a butt ton of gameplay.
Yeah.
But it's
So
fine.
I just had a one last question.
Yeah, shoot.
What you saw my video? So what the weapons that I was using on it? What did you like? Which ones did you like the most?
For the Dead Island game or the Dying Light one?
Dying Light, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. Oh, I barely remember. It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of guns are you using? I know you're using an assault rifle, right?
Yeah, there's one called the V23 Eraser. It's kind of an assault rifle.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
think I have that one.
use the Deathbringer, um, the Corrupted Justice bow, and there's an Onyx Thunderbolt, which was like a revolver, and then
Jeez, it's starting to come back now.
the Bone Cruncher. That was the big hammer I was using a lot of the time,
Yeah, the big
and
hammers
then
are awesome.
so yeah, and then there's the Blade Max, which is the sort of boomerang blade that looks like it came from a retro store.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that one. That's funny. See, I'm a sucker
So
for like Asian weapons, like katanas and all that. Those are my favorite.
yeah. Well,
But
there is a bundle on there called the Shoe Warrior, and it's sort of got Asian weapons. There's a weapon like called a Dragon G or something, and it's kind of like a lance that you swing like a bat, and it's got a kind of a blade on the tip top, and then it's got two blades on the sides that kind of look like dragon wings.
jeez, I gotta buy that.
I didn't film it. I didn't film it, but I have it on the game. So
That's cool. Yeah, there's a few DLC packs I bought for Dying Light 1. There's like a space one that I bought.
astronaut.
Yeah. Now, do you have every DLC for that game?
Yeah, I got the definitive edition, so all the DLCs I got that are for
Oh,
it are I got for free apparently.
okay. Yeah,
So,
right, apparently.
uh,
That's awesome.
so
Yeah, man, I think Dying Light 1 and 2 are great. I think, well, I haven't played Dead Island 1 yet, but it looks good.
no,
Dead Island 2 looks really good. But once you get it, you'll have to tell me if you're able to film it too. Just kind of give a little review of the free roam. Because I want to know if the hubs are really, really tiny or if they're kind of big and, offer some space. But yeah, I'm looking
yeah,
forward to it.
yeah, I can maybe just record just a little bit of early stuff because I mean I want to save a good video for when I'm a lot further in the game,
Hmm.
but I could just record a little bit of preview kind of thing.
Yeah, like a first
So
impressions, I guess.
yeah,
But yeah,
so
once I finish Hogwarts Legacy and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, I'm going to work on Dead Island. So hopefully in about a week or two here.
yeah,
So I'm excited. I'll have to I'll make a video for you guys, everyone watching. I'll make a Dead Island video. I know probably no 20 people will watch it, but it'll be fun. So look forward to it, I guess.
yeah. So all right, so I guess that's gonna just about wrap it up here.
Yeah, but hey, I had a lot of fun. So again, if you guys want to,
Yeah,
make sure to subscribe to myself and Recon Trooper. I'm gonna have a link to his channel in the description. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more topics for the next podcast here, which will probably be in a month or whenever. But yeah, I had
yeah,
fun. So sorry if this was too long for you guys. It's about an hour, push an hour 23. But hey, I think we
yeah.
had
That's
some good
fine.
topics.
Yeah, and I got some more to talk about next time, and hopefully some new ones after that too. So
Yeah, I'll
yeah,
make another quiz.
okay.
So, all right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this. I can't wait to do more. And yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see
Do the
you.
quiz. Do
Oh,
the quiz based on Hogwarts Legacy, and I'll get them all wrong.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. So sounds like a
So
plan. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
later, folks.